Yep. If you're talking sports, it's the matchup. Mickey, who is Zizzy? Yeah, we cutting it up. Just a couple athletic enthusiasts. You know what it is. The Mickey Zizzy podcast. And it's a live draft here on the episode. We are killing it in the middle of a G for 3 Pinnacle supplementation. You know what it is. www.pinnaclesub.com. G for 3 on YouTube. Check the boys out. But we're in the middle of a heated it's a draft. It's a live draft. It's
As
the
you can
Mickey
tell.
Zizzy podcast, baby. Let's get after it. And it's my pick. So, Mickey, take it away.
Yes, this is a special episode. This is not going to be your classic this and that. We are going to be talking AFC South while we wait for picks to come in for the podcast, Mickey Zizzy podcast fantasy football draft. Now, the experts were right. Haley Hines had the first pick in the draft, and she went with Justin Jefferson. Jay Jettis went first. And then what the mock draft did not have is Cheyenne Mino, which we might be on auto picked my guy Jamar Chase. So you know what I did? I went and got Austin Eckler. Maybe he's a Chargers fan. Maybe I can get my pick back with that. Already telling the people my plan here. And off to Hizzy. Who'd you pick up? Because I did not see it.
We went with CMC at the number 4 pick. You know, a little different. I believe, if healthy, can be the best running back in this year's draft. Now, I got to go with that. I've gone Tyreek in a couple other drafts already. I feel like I can't just do it every single time, you know. Just can't rely on one player. Can't rely on one player.
Because and that's the thing too. If you pretty much choose the same people every single time and you have a bad year, that means all your fantasies are doing bad. You got to change up one or two of them. And Zach Novick just picked up Cooper Kupp, which I think it's a little high, if I'm being honest. At pick number 5, pretty high for Cooper Kupp. I thought he would probably slide a little bit more, but hey, they're going to be a passing team. Stafford's going to be back, and let's see if that Breakfast Club can really rock on. And wow, picks are flying right now.
I know, right? Absolutely going nuts.
Scuba Steve. What do you go, Tyreek?
He went Kelsey.
Oh, Kelsey. Tight end off the board at number 6. Haley's like, maybe he'll fall down like till later. I'm like, no, it's going first round. Hunter Wright just picked up Derrick Henry, and Mason Davis was right before that. Man, we are flying. We are not messing around today.
Yeah, having to wait for this, like that earlier pick, and having to wait for this all the way to the
Riley Bell, rookie off the board. Bijan Robinson, your guy.
Ooh, hey, you know what? There's the rookies in the first round. They're scary, right?
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I'm a big fan of Bijan. I'm also a big fan of Jahmyr Gibbs. I think that those two rookies, if any of them are going to be great, it's going to be those two.
My 2 cents about it, but I have to also say this episode is brought to you by Noodles and Company. Dinner and a show. Here we go.
A cup of noodles is dinner tonight, baby. I love it.
Hey, Noodles and Co. You gotta know. Next on the clock, I'm pretty sure it's Aaron Hilpern, and he goes with Devontae Adams. Safe pick. I feel like if you have him on your squad being wide receiver 1, you should be fine. And Nick Chubb goes.
This is where it's going to start getting a little interesting.
Exactly. The second round, it's like, what pick are you going to go? And our good.
All right. It might be. I might have. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see as some of these guys go off the board here.
Next, Cade. Not Cade. Nate Creeps picked up 2 back-to-back.
Garrett Wilson with the goner. Oh, boy.
So, obviously, we're not going to fly through every pick because auto pick's about to come up. But Zizzy, let's see. Wait, who's ahead? Am I ahead of you, or are you ahead of me?
I will be ahead of you because you drafted.
What are you thinking here?
I'm gonna go wide receiver here. I feel like you can't miss out on a premier receiver. There's a good amount of them this year, for sure. So I mean, it's not like you're gonna not get a receiver if you don't draft one right now, but I don't know. I've been wide receiver heavy in pretty much all the drafts. So
and that's what we've been talking about on the podcast is that we want more receivers than running backs. I feel like the running backs are pretty depthy. I feel like there's a lot of running backs who can score 10 points a game, and that's kind of what you need.
Absolutely, dude. Like 100%.
Hopefully you didn't choose CD Lamb because Riley Bell just chose him.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say he was in my queue, but he was in my queue. We're doing work out here, so let me
We have our first overwhelmed individual.
What, Haley?
Yep. Now,
Too much stuff is happening.
Zizzy. Uh-oh. I don't know. I think I might let it fall and go here. No, I might let that fall.
My goodness. The receivers are definitely going down here. It's a little scary.
Third round. So a lot of people do. Yep, Scuba picked up Josh Jacobs. I was going to try to get that one.
You were going to go double running back, huh?
Well, I'm hoping Mr. Mino trades me Jamar Chase, but
Why would he do such a thing?
okay, I got an idea. I need. Oh no, you're ahead of me. It's not going to happen. Never mind, everybody. I know who Zizzy's going to go with.
It just depends on what everyone thinks. You know, tough here. It's tough.
No, it's not. I know exactly who you're going to go with. You left Waddle? Why so? Is there some back noise I don't know?
No, not really. I just believe that Tyreek is going to always be the number one, at least for this year. It's not like I hate Waddle. I think Waddle's still going to get 8 to 10 targets a game. It's not a bad pick at all.
Thanks.
I just have been saying, I think the podcast has documented it. I think that Ridley's going to be like a top 5 receiver, man.
And you saw it here, drafted live in the second round.
Dude, I think he is going to be that good. And if he isn't, then joke's on me. But
joke's on me.
I believe it.
Now,
the next one to me is tough.
I know. So we are in the round 3. You know, do we pick up a backup / wide receiver 2 or running back, or do you go get a really good quarterback? I think I have a plan. Okay, that's fine.
Do you?
I didn't see them.
They were good ones.
Okay, I'll go back and look at it. Oh,
who are you gonna take here? That's a toughie.
you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I love Doug Peterson's offense. Let's get Etienne Jr. Right now, technically my RB2, so I'm heavy on the running backs.
Well, this is where I'm believing our guy Jay Hurts. Go Devontae Smith.
Good pick. Very good pick. Is that your wide receiver 2?
Yes.
Behind Calvin Ridley. Oh.
Ridley and Devontae.
Okay, so you went 2 wide receivers. I went with 2 running backs. I also do have I might do a potential trade right after. We'll see if that actually flies through. But Haley,
now, if somehow, some way that one of these guys falls to me on the next one, I will be ecstatic. But I'm not gonna bank on it, you know.
Oh yeah.
I took Mahomes.
So Mahomie, first quarterback off the board.
Also,
go mix it.
The sports stuff is getting up, man. We're getting there. The man cave is coming.
I know it looks really great. You got the Zach Thomas jersey right behind you. The tennis ball. Is that like what? A tennis racket? The Muhammad Ali.
I mean, we've got a bunch of the other stuff, which actually you have contributed a good amount. We still have the 2019 MVP award up there.
Nice.
We got all that going. I'm pretty excited, man. And then the we gotta bring it out, right?
Here we go.
Everyone's chasing me this year, right? I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
There it is. Look at that
beautiful thing. The 2022 season 3.
The champ is here.
Podcast champ. Get your feet on. What? Get your feet on. What? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been paying attention to anybody else's team.
I know, that's why it's kind of hard. Like Jahmyr Gibbs just went. Hunter Wright just picked up Aaron.
Ooh, who got Gibbsy?
Oh, it's the pick right before Hunter did.
Oh, I can go to all teams. There it is.
Okay, good.
Mason Davis. He's always
he's always around.
He's always a threat. You're telling me he's got Gibbs and Tyreek with a Amase Brown? Okay, Mason. I was like sitting here. I was like, who have I drafted? It's like I knew I had the
So that's the
receiver.
thing is like
I
we're talking
totally
about
forgot. I totally forgot I'd say him.
this might be one of our worst ideas to do a live draft, but we're here. We're trying it out.
I
And I
mean,
hope this guy falls to me. Probably won't happen.
all I know is
Agreed.
putting in work. Hard hat ready.
That means you're not up for a while.
I hate being hurt.
Now, that's the other thing. Do you want to be first pick in the draft, Mr. Zizzy?
I am never a fan of first pick.
I know. Well, you get your
To
one
get
guy.
first pick is stressful, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, yeah, you get it the first pick, but at the same time, you don't get a lot of those, like, sub guys, like the top of the 2 tiers, right? That's what you would get if you were in the middle of the draft. So the first draft, you get the top of the tier 1, and then you're going to go picking from tier 3.
Oh, facts.
Oh, my soul. Decisions. But no, all those who are listening, we do have a live draft, and the garage is going. We are raising the roof. And maybe someone just got home. Oh, Mr. Zizzy is
No,
being
I opened the garage. We do live in Florida, where even at 9 o'clock.
How hot is it there right now? First off, Iowa has been scorching. Yesterday, it was 110 degrees, 108 degrees. On the football field, it was 146. They took a temperature.
That's true, dude. On the field, I bet it's tough. I bet it's tough.
On the football field, took it out there.
No, it's actually the nicest it's been in a while. It's only 84 right now.
I think we might be just that.
Yeah, but it's been cooking. It's been cooking. I think across the world this year.
Across the world.
No, like down here has been tough.
Joe Burrow just goes off the board.
Uh-oh.
Now, Zizzy, talk to me. What's the next pick strategy here? Because obviously we're that 3-4 picks here, which isn't terrible.
Honestly, it's gonna sound. It might sound kind of sad, but I'm thinking best available here.
And I feel like a lot of people, you can't go wrong with that. And like, auto pick is one thing. Like I think someone just picked up Jonathan Taylor. We don't even know if he's gonna play. So you can't really go wrong with that. See, you're ahead of me, so I really can't give my playing. You can give it all you want.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
ahead of me. You're ahead of me here. You're ahead of me here.
Unless you auto picking.
Are you going receiver, running back? Neither.
See, a lot of my drafts is going to decide on if I'm getting Jamar Chase for Austin Eckler. I think that's a fair trade, straight up, between me and Mr. Mino. He's a Chargers fan. I mean,
I would agree,
right?
but you would take Chase over Eckler?
Yes, I want Jamar Chase for. I've been saying it on the podcast.
Really?
I want him. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, with Joey B, it's the revenge year. They're an elite
Ooh,
offense.
Justin Fields off the board.
But now things get dicey. No way, dude. I'm screwed. That really hurt. I really thought Fields would fall to me, and I didn't think the picks in between us was gonna happen. So, dude,
Wow.
things just got interesting. Mason Davis just said Fields MVP. Love it. He said it in the chat.
Fields MVP year.
Okay.
They're 1 year away. Everyone
Who?
needs to calm down. The Bears.
Bears? Oh, we already talked about it. We're not.
The Bears are 1 year away.
Oh, and Steven Ruiz goes with Amari Cooper. I'm in a pickle right now. I am in a big old pickle.
Who are you looking at?
this is going to be bonkers to say, but I think I'm going to go get my quarterback in the 5th round. I think one guy will slide to me because I have about 4 picks in between. You already have your quarterback.
With Alvin Kamara. I don't really
I
like
don't
that.
like that pick either. I
really
for some
like
reason it's just not something I've been eyeing.
But to sit here in round 4,
Who's your best available right now? What's the fantasy saying?
it's tough, and I'm not gonna go quarterback. There's still too many available.
We're both
My
drafting
receivers dwindling. It's not dwindling. I mean, they're still great picks, but I'm gonna go best available. I think Damian Pierce should.
Dude! Oh, gosh. I was going to try to get him, try to be my RB2 because
That's a great RB2. That's a great RB2.
you know what? Maybe I don't get Chase and just go against everything I've been saying. Oh, honey, I think I know who you're going to get for a wide receiver. Haley. Uh-oh, I better not. I better
I'm going to tight end next.
good idea, Hales.
I always hate.
I don't know.
I always hate the end of the drafts because it does like the draft recap stuff. And I always draft based on like what I feel. So like I'll go to get people that are like a little further down the list, and then every time it tells me like you're a D grade or something like that.
Oh, we got 10 seconds.
But hey, the champ is the champ. Everybody just read it and weep.
I reached. I don't know. I'm falling apart here.
What'd you get?
DJ Moore.
Oh no, great pick. Don't say that.
I mean, just
that was my next pick. That was my next pick.
based
That was
on
my next pick.
he's
I
the wide
truly, I
receiver.
truly believe he is going to have a chance at OPOY just because there's nobody else that they have,
Okay, how many quarterbacks have went, Zizzy? That's the big thing.
Well,
As tight ends, I think I can get a good. Do I go with that guy?
well, let's say there's not any I mean, there's a few. I mean, I see my boy Tua out there,
See, like right now, the projected guys is the ones I don't want. So I'm hoping they go first, and then the guys that I want fall. But at the same time, like I'm just chilling with some of these guys. Like I don't really know if I really want to pick them up.
Well,
I like this pick though. Miles Sanders. Carolina has a great offensive line. That's why CMC's been well. He's going to be my flex / backup running back. We're stacked at the RB position. Now it's round 6. I'm drafting a quarterback, everyone. This is definitely not according to the Mickey strategy, but I feel like I didn't get my top 5 options. Got to go with it. So Zizzy is on the clock. What you thinking?
I had to go with the TJ real quick.
TJ. Did you go Hawkinson?
I did.
All right. Yes, please. So TJ Hawkinson, you got your tight end. There's tight ends that are falling, Yank, and I'm hoping that they really do because to update people who are listening, Darren Waller, I don't want him, right? Let Auto Pick go get him. Kyle Pitts, maybe, but Dallas Goedert, Fairmouth, and Ingram are all right there, Jay chilling. But I totally forgot about my quarterback once again. Quarterbacks that are left: Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Tua, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers. Which Aaron Rodgers is projected super low, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Let's think about it. I mean, I don't think that Rodgers has ever been a dominant fantasy quarterback, really. I mean, he's had great seasons, so he obviously has had to be top tier a few years. But like, I don't think, especially over the last 3 or 4, it's crazy that he had 2 MVP seasons.
And I don't think he was the.
But I don't think that he was like a top 5 fantasy guy. I don't know.
No, I totally agree with that. Like
he orchestrates drives, but they have a great rushing attack. They
I
run
think
the ball
when they get into the red zone, they had a very balanced team. Where like, hey, we can run the ball too. And obviously, you want to just punch the ball in, less risk. Easier to throw an interception into. That'd be another debate. Is it easier to throw an interception or to fumble the football?
I mean, I think it would be much easier to throw an interception, but that's me as a quarterback. That's me as a linebacker, I guess.
Okay, so that's coming good from a defensive point because I would think so too. Like, oh, you actually throw the ball late, you don't make the right read. And for the running back, like
I mean, it's not hard to strip a ball, really.
exactly though,
It's
and
really
you
not.
ball
But
carriers.
I guess I was just thinking of like my own perspective. Like, I don't know. Like to me, it seems like it would be so easy to just make like one like bad decision, like
Yep.
throwing the ball, than it would be to like tuck up on a football, But I also like, I mean, again, I did play linebacker, so it's like you're taught to rip balls out the whole time.
Exactly, and there's more ball carriers in a game, but like
I just think like I guess I was thinking from personally, like if I was playing and on the offensive side of the ball, like it would be way easier for me to throw a pick than it would be to fumble.
right. Okay, I think I mean the common Joe, you tell a guy to go throw a route and he has to throw it, right? Probably gonna throw an interception or into the dirt, or otherwise, then like, hey, get tackled, but just hold on to the football. I feel like the blown up stat is definitely interceptions too. Like that is a bigger cause to teams gaining the edge in football. But otherwise, Zizzy,
I
have you
can't believe that people are still sticking in my queue right now. This is pretty wild. I don't really know what anybody's trying to get right now. I don't know. I really don't.
I mean, you don't have a quarterback yet, do you?
Nah. Do you?
I do not either. The hosts are playing slow on the quarterbacks.
We are weaning off them is my.
We are like, because right now, like these quarterbacks are all going to perform the same in my eyes when it comes to fantasy. So it's like try to get some other dudes that could possibly win you a football game, right? Like the wide receivers, the big running back day.
Yeah,
So
and there's definitely a few. There's a few on there that I still think are gettable, even a round or two from now. Rutro, what is he doing? Mike Evans, really?
love the
Alright,
pick.
fine. That's what they want to do.
Is that who you're going to go with?
Nah, but I do like that pick this late.
I mean, he's going to be your flex, possibly wide receiver too.
Baker
Like,
Mayfield loves to throw it up.
you are a Baker Mayfield hater.
I wasn't saying that as like picks. I'm just saying he literally loves to throw the deep ball.
All right, let's update the fans. Tell us your team you've drafted so far.
So far, we are running the dual running back set of Christian McCaffrey and Damian Pierce. Pretty happy with that. I'm a big believer in Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley going ball with the Jags, and then Devontae Smith and the TJ Hawkinson. That's what we have so far.
I don't know. I'm not real told on that wide receiver room.
I know.
That'll
Some
be a
people,
debate.
some people are gonna mock the receiver room. That's just fine. You sit there and you read it and weep.
My squad: Austin Eckler, Travis Etienne Jr., Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, and Miles Sanders. You know what? I like my squad right now. We are chilling. You know what? I might not have to go get Jamar Chase. I might ride with Austin Eckler. We're gonna see. I like it. The more I read it, the more I like it.
The more I read it, the more I like it.
Which the big thing though, am I in a quarterback? I think I'm gonna go quarterback next round. But there's possible two, Zizzy. So you're kind of right. Like if I had one of these two guys, I'm not gonna be too upset. And I think you're before me again. Are you going? Oh, you already have your tight end. So
Yep.
Probably
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go QB? Is he gonna wait it out again?
Lawrence quarterback out of there.
Lawrence is gone.
Hunter
Pickens
getting
is
George
gone,
Pickens.
and that's where I was going.
Pickens, that would have been such a good pick, dude.
That's where I was going. So now I'm scrambling.
I mean, I can go.
Now I'm scrambling.
That's the worst is when someone takes your pick like right before you're like, oh, I'm not prepared. Like right now, I'm prepared. But like if someone picks my pick because I'm in 4 picks, I'm like, oh snap! Now I got to reevaluate the situation. Zizzy is in a quandary right now, which I was too. Early on to start this episode, I was freaking and geeking because my guy went away. I was like, oh my soul, who do I go get?
Brandon Ayuk. Oh,
A yuck.
oh boy. Oh boy.
You're up next. Was that another guy you're gonna go get? No! Oh snap.
What? Who'd you go get?
Oh man, that hurts.
Who'd you get?
No, I didn't get. I'm waiting until you pick because I need to.
Oh, I was going Drake London too. Jesus.
We are right now. Zizzy's but next two picks got stolen. My pick just got stolen.
All
This
right.
is hurting. We're in trouble.
All right. I'm doing it.
Who are you getting?
To a tie!
All right, staying home.
To a tie!
See, Deshaun Watson, no one's picking him, and I do not believe, nor do I want to believe in him. And Daniel Jones is there too, and you already know my opinion on Daniel Jones. Or does Geno go off again? I don't think he has back-to-back stellar seasons, but he does have a stellar quarterback room. Y'all, I'm hurting. You know what? Firemuth, baby. 7th round quarterback. Here we
I
go.
like that. I don't mind that.
I need the tight end. When I see his name, I know it's a staple. I think he's a top 5, top 8 tight end in fantasy. Love that pick. Kyle Pitts just went, which I did pick Firemuth over Pitts. I think, just with Desmond Ridder, I don't think the job gets done. Okay, can I pick a quarterback yet? This is one of the fantasy leagues Zizzy and I did. I reached for a lot there. So I think now I'm not reaching and I'm waiting and the wait's not happening. $125.
It's gotten tough. It has gotten tough.
Oh, I know exactly. Oh, y'all, I might go 8th round draft pick quarterback, but everything else will be stacked. And if I can finesse a trade. Uh-oh. I hear something in the other draft room. Dang. Did you pick him? You ran out of time? You got James Conner?
I didn't pick anybody.
That was the pick I wanted. Haley's over here. No, I'm like, that's such a good pick. Dang. James Conner falling that low. They don't have their starting quarterback for the first 5 weeks. They're gonna run the rock. They're gonna score some kind of touchdown and have a lot of touches. I'm back on the clock, and you know what? Yeah, we gotta do it. QB1, Dak Prescott. America's team, welcome. I'm gonna ride with Dak. Dak attack. Let's do it. Welcome to the squad. But Zizzy, what are you going here?
This is tough.
Okay, I know my next pick for sure. Well, the position. Everyone who is not on the YouTube, Zizzy is in a deep thought. He's in the matrix right now trying to figure out who he's going to draft. Uh-oh. The suspense is real. He has 10 seconds. Running back from Minnesota, Madison, which is not a bad pick because he should be RB1. He might be splitting some reps, but there was a reason why Dalvin Cook was good. I understand Dalvin Cook is a dog. All right, one of the best running backs in the league, according to stats, but the O-line's got to be doing something for him. So, good pick. Good pick. Let's go check out All You Need Is Love team so far. And that's not a bad squad, dude.
Who?
Good old Haley Hines has Patrick Mahomes, Joe Mixon, James Conner, Justin Jefferson, Christian Watson, George Kittle, and Ty Lockett.
I knew she'd have Christian Watson on there.
There was a point, Yank, that I was going to pick him up, and I'm like, she's right behind me. I better do some justice. I just got her the Christian Watson jersey.
What is Haley's thoughts on Jordan Love?
I like him, is the exact words.
I like him. Is it just because you can say all you need is love? Is that why?
Someone with that last name can't be a failure.
Can't be a failure with that last name.
He'll be fine.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Tell you what.
It's garbage. That's garbage. You know what? Where's my dog at? He's way down there still.
Not too worried about. I don't know. I'm looking
Wait,
at some
what?
of these teams here.
Hey,
What?
did you pick up my dude?
What?
Okay. Never mind. What else? Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Got to figure out where these guys are gonna fall. At this point, it's all my soul. Fall to me. Fall. I'm kind of going a little wacko with this draft here.
Tell you what. I'm a big fan of Hunter Wright and Mason right now.
Are they got some pretty good squads?
I think I also like Aaron's squad. I like all.
So the squads are really panning out here, y'all. So Mason's, you said? I don't like his squad. I don't like St. Brown. I don't like Cook or Gibbs.
Why would you not like St. Brown?
St. Brown, I everyone wants to talk about him. That was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. I don't think the Lions have that same success. I look at him.
He's a
and I don't
1,000-yard
feel-
receiver like the last 2 years.
I don't feel confident with it. Like I see his name and I'm like, oh
They're
yeah,
a top 5 offense.
I don't like. We already went over the NFC North preview last time. Yeah,
Oh, that hurts. I can't
Hunter
believe
Wright, who
it.
came on last time. Oh yeah, he's got a good squad. He's got a really good squad. Wow.
Yeah.
Hunter Wright has Herbert, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, AJ Brown, Scary Terry from Washington, George
And Pickens
Pickens.
with DeAndre Swift. Oof.
Dude, that's a.
Yeah.
I hate saying that too. I absolutely hate it, but
He might have been very hopeful here on the podcast, but he's picking a good team.
yeah, he is. Cortland Sutton goes down.
How's Riley Bell looking?
Oh,
I'm not upset with it. I'm not a fan of the last 2 picks.
Godwin and Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, bench and wide receiver, Trevor Lawrence, Stevenson, which I kind of wanted to get Stevenson as RB2 because New England is definitely a very balanced team, and Mac Jones hasn't been tearing it up too much, but a lot of these teams are being pretty even. Then there goes Dalvin Cook. I was gonna have him fall to me in the 8th round here, which their projected is so low because Brees Hall and him will obviously share reps. So if one of them
For Dalvin?
yeah.
I know. I think it's pretty wild that he's as low as he is, but I mean,
That's what I was saying, especially for
part of it, right?
John. He's on the team, he's gonna play. He's been practicing. And Jonathan Taylor hasn't done anything. He's got all these, points. They're talking about trading him, this and that. Oh man, this is the part of the draft where you can maybe find a gem. Or find that guy where it's kind of like insurance. We're in the 8th and 9th round here for if someone gets hurt. It's okay, if he subs in, I'm gonna be okay.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty confident with who I'm going to go with over these next few picks. Do feel pretty good about that. I am. This is actually very different than how I've done any of my drafts.
How so?
I feel like I went a lot heavier running back, and I usually don't do that.
Gotcha. And I think typically I like getting a good quarterback. So I've had quarterback problems in the past with some fantasy teams and I went low. So I think that'll be interesting for me. In some of my leagues, I have the Mahomes, the Justin Fields. We're gonna be all right with those squads. Oh, that's not a bad pickup, but I don't know why. Oh, because they're gonna be sharing reps. Oh, and that's the big thing too with running backs. You don't want them guys to share necessarily reps for fantasy. You obviously do in the actual, team, because then your running back's going to stay healthy. But you know what? All right. I like it. This is going to be. Do I go with him? See, there's 2 guys where it's kind
Not
of
a bad pick by Hunter either. I'll take that.
JSN.
I think he'll be great when he gets back from his little surgery.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Team Novik, where you going? Oh yeah, he made it to me, baby.
Who are you picking?
Give me Brandon.
Really? And once again, I was just not sold on him. I'm like, okay.
I mean, sometimes maybe I fall a little bit to the clickbait that is analysts and stuff like that, but I've heard a lot of good things about his rapport with Prescott and like that he's for sure going to be the number two. He's going to get a heavy workload. Dallas looks like they're still going to throw the ball, man. So I believe in it.
You know, I did reach here. I didn't want to get him so high, but I picked up Michael Thomas. Will he be
He
healthy
was in my
for us?
queue. It's probably who I was going with next because I think if it's the biggest if in the world, but if he is healthy,
He's a dog.
yeah. I mean, I think about last year. I had him in one of my leagues, and he played the first 2 weeks, and I think he had like 180 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks.
Which ain't bad. That's a good point.
And it was like, oh my god, he's back, and then he never played again.
And that's my thing. Maybe with a new quarterback, with Olave taking the 1 and Michael Thomas being the 2. I'm just doing that for an insurance purpose, kind of like what you said. Like I'm gonna throw him in my flex some weeks. Like I don't know, I'm gonna let him cook. Or if he's starting to really ball out, I'm like, all right, I got my guy, I got my wide receiver. Which I don't want to go back to back wide receivers. I do, but I don't. I already have 3 running backs, and I can get guys later on. Actually, I want to go get guys later on. I'm going early. Crap. Which
I'm gonna believe in a couple things. I feel like I'm drafting with a lot of potential ceilings in the receiver room. Like Ridley, I think is going to do his thing. I think Devontae Smith, even though AJ Brown's the bigger name, I think Devontae Smith's going to get more targets and catches this year.
Dodson, okay.
Oh, who got Dodson?
Minnow did.
That was who I was going with. I think he's going to be great this year. I think
we're gonna have a quarterback battle. Geno Smith, welcome to the squad. Me and him and Dak are gonna be battling it out.
Okay.
Great minds think alike.
All right, baby. Believe in the rookies.
No, I hate you. I was hoping he would fall to me next, dude.
Believe in the rookies.
No, all right. I'm actually very mad at you because everyone, I mean, nobody knows, but I keep on sending, I've been hyping up Zay Flowers on this entire podcast. He falls to me late. I pretty much have him on like every other fantasy league. I send Zizzy highlight tapes of him like doing good routes and making good catches.
Balling.
And my man had to go pick him. I sold him. I sold him to him.
You did. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I figured he wasn't gonna make it again. I figured you were going for it.
I was, but I think you still would have had another pick before me. That hurts. I still want to wait for those cats to fall. I'm going to go defense and kicker next. I'll let everyone know. I don't care. Kicker at 11.
I'll let them all know. We don't care.
Yep, I'm letting them know. Kicker, defense, go get some of the best there. Anyway, real quick, y'all, we are going to go to a advertisement. I don't know. Go check out Pinnacle Supplementation and
Hey.
3. We're going to be right back. And we're back very, very quick, but not for the actual people who are here, Zizzy and myself. A lot's happened here in the draft. We're going to start recapping some teams, see how we feel about everyone's teams. We can kind of do that right now because we are in round 13. So, only 2 picks left. Let's start off with my squad.
Let's start it off, Mick.
Dak Prescott, Austin Eckler, Etienne Jr., Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Pat Freiermuth, Miles Sanders, Cowboys defense, Jake Elliott, Michael Thomas, Geno Smith, Elijah Mitchell, and Sam Laporta. Not as confident as I want to be. I definitely feel like I have a lot of like those tier 4, tier 5 type of guys. And I have a lot of insurance. I went and got Mitchell so that if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, guess what? I have RB1 for San Francisco, who has a booming offense. Michael Thomas, once again, like that's some insurance. Like, I may lose out on it. I guess it's a high risk is what I should be saying with these 2 dudes. Well, not with Mitchell, but Michael Thomas. That's a high risk. But I really hope Miles Sanders kind of pops off and be an awesome flex. And quarterback, I mean, I got Geno. They're going to be battling out. But I'll give myself definitely like a B+. I don't think I had an outstanding draft, but like it was tough.
But either way, the way you can look at it, even on the ones that you're not necessarily like sure of, right? Like I believe Etienne had a great end to his year last year. If he continues that type of momentum, even though they went and drafted Tank Bigsby as well, like I just think that offense in general is going to take a step forward. I believe wholeheartedly that they have so many receivers that people are even going to forget about Etienne. He'll have his games. He won't be a dominant, but he'll be great. Jalen Waddle. I mean, he's by far number 2. I think you get 8 to 10 targets. DJ Moore, I've said, is a threat for offensive player of the year, if you ask me. And Miles Sanders, yes, that's questionable. And I hate the Panthers offensive line, but
They can run the
he's
ball.
by far and away the 3 down back there, if you ask me.
Exactly.
He's going to be big in the pass game. He has great ability there. He's coming off a 1,000-yard season. It's kind of hard to hate it, Fryermuth, I mean, the fruit is loose. The
I
Muth is
know,
loose,
can't go
man.
wrong.
I love it. I love that pick. Cowboys D. I mean, it was a backbone last year. Really, out of all of them, I don't like Dak. That's it. Out of all of them, I don't like Dak. I think that Geno's a great backup, though. I think Michael Thomas has potential to be great. The rest of your bench, meh. But I mean,
Insurance.
it is. But I like it. It's just Dak that worries me.
You are up. So while you make your next pick, let's just talk about your team real quick. He has Tua, Christian McCaffrey, Damian Pierce, Calvin Ridley, Devontae Smith, TJ Hawkinson, Mattson from Minnesota, Brady Cooks from Dallas, Zay Flowers, Odell, which both Baltimore receivers, Jared Goff as the backup quarterback, Rashee Rice, the wide receiver from Kansas City, which that's a sleeper if I've ever seen one, and Carr Bonnet, the running back from Saint.
And just drafted Alec Pierce.
And Alec Pierce. I actually like that pick. That's a good wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. But talk to me about your team and how you're feeling.
Again, different strategy than what I've usually done. I feel like heavier on the running back side. This is the first draft that I've done a running back in the first round, but McCaffrey dropping to 4. I think he could potentially be the number 1 running back pretty easily if he stays healthy. So I got to go with it. Damian Pierce to have as the running back 2. I mean, he's been saying he's getting 1,000 yards this year. He looked great as a rookie. I have every reason to believe that. And Mattinson, I mean, by far and away the number 1 now that Dalvin Cook has gone in Minnesota. They have a great offensive line. They have wide receivers going to take away attention from him. I have the tight end in Hawkinson, who I believe is the number 2 tight end this year. I've said that.
Yeah.
It's the receivers that are going to make it or break it, and I'm well aware of that. But I've said it. I reached for Ridley in the 2nd round because I believe he's going to be that good. I'm sitting here with Devontae Smith, who I know AJ Brown's the guy. But Devontae Smith will end the season with more targets and receptions than AJ Brown. I guarantee that. Outside of that, I mean, you baited me with the Zay Flowers, man. You baited me. You got me there. I went with Odell as well for the insurance. One of them's going to be Lamar's favorite target.
I know. So
I win there. Rasheen Rice, that is a rookie that nobody really knows about, but if you watch the preseason, Mahomes has played a series, 2 series, 3 series in these preseason games. Rasheen Rice is balling. And so I'm just going to take that for the fact that Mahomes is his quarterback.
Brandon I just went Tony.
Tony, there you go. I
Patrick Mahomes
can't hate it at all. What am I thinking? You know what? Shout out to Haley. Give me that Packers D.
That Packers defense.
Give me that Packers D.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on real quick to Haley's team. You just shouted her out. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Mixon, James Conner, Justin Jefferson, Christian Watson, George Kittle, Ty Lockett. We talked about that earlier. That's a great starting up. Saints defense. Dicker, the kicker from LA. P. Ryan, Jacoby Myers, McKinnon, Jordan Love, Santos, and
to have Jordan Love on reserve, if the preseason is anything that we are going to get in the regular season, the man looks great.
And that means Justin Fields is going to be MVP if that's the case.
We'll see.
If preseason says anything.
And then on top of it, let's talk about it though. To get the number 1 quarterback, and maybe not in fantasy, I would have maybe taken Hurts.
No, he is number 1 in fantasy. He is projected like the most.
I know he's projected, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
I think Hurts would be the number one in fantasy. You and I have said that
Yep.
this year. But the number one quarterback in football. Like he's the best quarterback in football. So
And to have the
to
number
have
one
him and then to have the best wide receiver on top of it, that's a slap in the face to all of us. That's pretty disrespectful. Joe Mixon, if he avoids the suspension, he is on the Bengals. He is going to score. James Conner again. Who else are they going to give the ball to? I don't know.
They ain't going to be throwing it.
They ain't throwing it. Christian Watson, you better hope Love is good. You better hope he's good. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be great wide receiver too, though.
But to have Jordan Love on reserve, because if he is good, then woof. And then Jerick McKinnon is a sneaky little running back on the bench. Averaged about 20, 25 points down the stretch to end the season last year. Big time, big time.
No, I totally agree. She drafted really well. That's a team. If you see, like, okay, you can be confident going into it. I feel like an A-. There. Let's go talk about the auto draft. Shyamina, which he might lose. This squad, I am not. I saw his squad. I am not too happy. Watson, Jonathan Taylor, who is probably won't play. Brees Hall injured. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Kyle Pitts, Jerry Jeudy, Patriots defense, Gano, Burks, Dotson, Daniel Jones, Rondale Moore, Darnell Mooney, and Collins. Dude, besides Jamar Chase, that is an awful auto pick.
I mean, I'm not going to say awful, but to go both Bengals receivers hurts my soul. To go Chase and Higgins hurts.
And a Jonathan Taylor who's not going to play, and a Brees Hall who's
Jonathan Taylor. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say anything about Jonathan Taylor right now. The Dolphins have an actual offer in for him right now. If he goes to Miami, Jonathan Taylor's about to be a top 4 running back. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I'm not going to say anything about him because I want him to come to Miami in a way, but I also, for the sake of going back to back in this fantasy league, I'm with you. I hope he doesn't play. Brees Hall, great, but he's missing 4 weeks.
I ain't gonna be splitting.
Jerry Jeudy already just got carted off today. I don't know how that's going. I don't know, man. He might ask you for Eckler. He might give willingly.
I might be able to get a little more for Jamar Chase and some more.
All right, now don't get greedy. Don't get greedy.
I am now. I know
there's no Derek in here. All
right. Yeah, stupid.
It wasn't that bad. You guys got to lay off.
G money Christmas. Moving on. Zach Novick's team: Josh Allen, Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, Drake London, Zach Ertz, Pittsburgh Steelers, McPherson, David Montgomery, Gibson, Addison, Lazard, Mozart, and Derek Carr. Honestly, not terrible.
It's not bad. It's just weird how I feel about it, right? Like Cooper Kupp, best receiver in football 2 years ago. It's hurt last year, but it's still going to obviously be the number one. We've heard the hamstring injury. Like, I just don't know. I still believe if he's on the field, he's going to get you 25. But it's just like, I don't know. I get a weird vibe from him right now. I just feel like the whole team isn't healthy. I'm definitely going that pick just for the name, baby.
Who?
My lady, okay, but my young ho, cool.
Okay.
No,
back up if Miles gets.
I don't know. It's like even the running backs, right? Like I don't know how I feel about
Walker and Kamara. Yeah, it's like
Kamara is suspended, or at least is going to be. I'm pretty sure he is suspended.
At least 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Kenneth Walker is great, but it's a crowded backfield. He's injury prone. Metcalf, I just don't know. I don't know. Metcalf is a weird fantasy receiver.
Mr. Irrelevant was picked. Curtis Samuel. Nice.
But, all in all, I mean, I wouldn't not have confidence in that,
I mean, I wouldn't have the best confidence. Like, I definitely think my squad is a little bit better. I'm not trying to pair, squads, but like when I see that squad, I'm like, I could have had a better one when I see that. Just based on the dudes. Like we said, a suspended RB1, like that can't happen. Let's move on to we're almost done with all this. The fantasy draft is over. We're just gonna recap the teams and kind of talk like, hey, these are legit teams in our podcast. How are they gonna do? Scuba Steve, Kirk Cousins, Josh Jacobs,
Rashad White from Tampa Bay, Amari Cooper, Travis Kelce, Kirk, 49ers defense, Carlson, Dobbins, Boyd, Thielen, Wilson, Osborne from Minnesota, Campbell from New York, and Foreman from Chicago. First initial thoughts.
I mean, I like the names. I really do. Kirk Cousins, I know that we all talk about him, but he's a great statistical quarterback. He's going to get you 20 at least in fantasy.
That's going to be my QB1.
Josh Jacobs is the best running back in football yardage-wise last year. I don't know if he's going to play. You're talking about Jonathan Taylor. I'm much more worried about Josh Jacobs than I am Jonathan Taylor. So for him to be as talented as he is, if he doesn't play, man, does that kill his team. Rashawn White, I think not enough people are talking about. I like him, especially with Lenny not reading around. Olave, Cooper, Kelce, that we don't need to talk about that three.
I don't like Cooper, but Olave.
I mean, if you believe in Deshaun Watson taking that step forward, you believe in Cooper.
And Kelsey's the best tight end. I mean,
yeah, and Kelce the best tight end. I mean, on the bench, not the craziest bench, but at the same time, you never know. A lot of possible high ceilings. I mean, if Russ cooks, he cooks.
Adam Thielen, RB1. If Bryce Young
I mean, J.K. Dobbins in a great running scheme. I mean, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it, Scuba.
Yeah, I like it. Like a lowercase L.
I'll give it a lowercase L, but I like it.
Mason, we kind of talked about his team earlier. Justin Fields. Gibbs,
I'm a big Mason fan on this.
Look, I'm not. Tyreek Hill, St. Brown, Darren Waller, Ayuk, Jets, Bass, AJ Dillon, Sky Moore, Gallup, Aaron Rodgers, Dulrich, Warren, and Bateman. Warren is good because if Najee goes down, he's RB1, so he has some insurance down there. Ayuk out of flex will be nice. I don't believe in St. Brown, Cook, or Gibbs, but you are. So I think that's why
I don't believe in Cook.
Exactly. Buffalo never runs the ball.
I'm not going to believe in Cook. If anybody on that roster doesn't give me any worry, it's going to be James Cook. But Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, as a rookie, might get 280-plus touches. I think
David Montgomery.
I think Justin Fields, while he's 1 year away from that total MVP overhaul, because I still don't think they have enough weapons. I mean, he's going to be great. He's going to be great. I think he's going to be great, but he's just not. It's not. I mean, not MVP great, guys. Come on. Jahmyr Gibbs, I already talked about. Tyreek Hill is going for 2,000 yards. I've already said it. He's going for 2,000 yards. Miles St. Brown. I mean, I don't know how you hate that pick. I don't understand that. Like back-to-back 1,000-yard season, rookie year and sophomore season, top 10 offense efficiency. They add other weapons around him to take a little bit of pressure off it. I mean, dang, man, I don't understand.
Nah, I don't like it. I mean,
Darren Waller, always suspect. But if he is Darren Waller,
Daniel Jones is the core. Anyway,
I know. That's why I said I'm not huge on him, but I get you. I get where he's coming from. And then Ayuk, I think, has great rapport with Brock Purdy, so I do like that in the flex. But
next up.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Mason's team.
No, I'm a huge fan, and I hate saying this, of Hunter Wright's team. Herbert, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, AJ Brown, Scary Terry, Dawson.
Hunter Wright. You know?
Even his bench, Swift, JSN, Ezekiel Elliott's gonna go score touchdowns. He can be easily put in that flex. Brock Purdy, if he gets healthy, and like the next three are just kind of like Packers players that he wanted to pick, but like he's the best draft team I've seen, like in my eyes. Like
I would say to have the king, to have Herbert, who's an elite quarterback.
Yep.
AJ Brown. I mean, to me, it's the
It's a great pickup.
It's the King Henry, Herbert, and
AJ Brown.
Pickens in the flex with those two on the bench between DeAndre Swift and JSN. That scares me.
Yes.
Because I just feel like on any given week, he's gonna have his pick of the litter.
Boom. Yes. Yeah. And he's gonna go boom like one of those weeks.
Yeah, that one. I mean, well done, Hunter Wright. Well done.
And we hate saying that. As we blasted him on the podcast last time. Real quick, Trevor. This is Riley Bell's team. Trevor Lawrence, Bijan Robinson, Stevenson from New England, CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen, Ingram, Godwin, Titans.
Big fan. I'll say it. I'll say it now. I'm a big fan.
And his bench solid.
Trevor Lawrence breakout year.
Algier.
Trevor Lawrence breakout year, right? Year 3.
Oh,
Trevor
yeah.
Lawrence, year 3, breakout.
I
year.
like it. Yeah, this is a good squad. You can win football games. You can make the playoffs with this team. I can see a playoff.
If Bijan Robinson's first run in the NFL is gonna set the tone for the season, I thought that man was gonna take it 80 yards. I thought he was gone based on that secondary cut. And I mean, he looks explosive. So to him, let's just say he's projected 18 points for his first ever game in the NFL in fantasy. That's pretty wild. But then Ramondre Stevenson, I know they picked up Zeke, but I think he's a workhorse, man. Like he
Zeke?
is. No, I think Ramondre is a workhorse. So I think he's going to be just fine. CeeDee Lamb by far number 1 in Dallas. Keenan Allen, Ingram, so much competition. I don't know about those two. I like Godwin. He's healthy, but it's Baker Mayfield throwing the ball. I don't know yet.
Let's move on to Aaron Hilpern's team, our good friend. Hurts, Pollard, Akers, Adams, Johnson from Pittsburgh, Andrews, Williams from Los Angeles Chargers, Bills, Butker, Pittman Jr., Robinson Jr., Smith Schuster, Anthony Richardson, and the other 3 really don't matter. But in relevancy to myself. Once again, this is a good squad. Tony Pollard's gonna go off as potentially the best quarterback in fantasy. He has Mark Andrews who's the number 2. He has a lot of good number 2 / top 10 caliber in each position. So he should be successful. This is a should, but if it goes wrong, I could see how it went wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, Jalen Hurts, like we said, number 1 fantasy quarterback, I believe, going into this. Tony Pollard and Cam Akers are my question marks. I think Pollard will be great, but I don't know if they're gonna try and take workload off of him, if he's still gonna be that effective in the pass game. I don't know. But I still think he'll be a good number 1 running back. I don't believe in Cam Akers. I really haven't. And over the last couple seasons. Devontae Adams. I mean, it's Devontae Adams, man. I'm not gonna look at him and say, oh, that's a bad pick, but it's just a weird situation, I guess I feel like right now. But still, it's Devontae Adams. He'll get you 15 to 20. Deontay Johnson. If George Pickens is going off, this guy is going to get more targets. I'm telling you.
Sure.
I'm telling you. This guy is just Mr. Possession Catch. And he's looked like he's built great rapport in the preseason with Pickett. So I do like that. Andrews, number 2, 3 tight end. I mean, it's solid across the board there for the starting lineup. I'll give it to him.
Now, our year 1, this is the 3rd year of us doing this podcast draft, fantasy. Chandler Sims, Team Batista, Burrow, Chubb, Williams from Denver, Wilson from Jets, Samuel from San Francisco, Kincaid, Hopkins, Dolphins defense, Myers from Cincinnati, Pacheco, Quentin Johnson, Gabe Davis, Dalton Schultz down there, Higbee down there for tight ends. He got a nice squad.
I was gonna say, is this quiet, sneaky to me? This is the sneaky one. I think Nick Chubb could be top 3 dominant running back. Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. We don't know much about Javonte Williams coming back off his ACL, but he has looked and sounded like you hear great things about him. Garrett Wilson's going off this year. I'm gonna say that now. I mean, I'm 3 episodes into Hard Knocks. I believe it. Debo's Debo. I don't necessarily like it, but it's Debo. And then I think D Hopkins has a chip on his shoulder. I think he has something to prove.
Gotcha. No, like I said, I think that's gonna be a solid squad. He's definitely gonna be when you see him, you're gonna be a little in trouble. Real quick. Oh, did he just exit out? I'll talk about Nate Creeps. This is the final team, and then we'll kind of say our goodbyes here. But Lamar Jackson, Saquon, Najee Harris, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans, Dallas Goedert, Sutton, Browns defense, Meyer, Dalvin Cook. Wow, Cole Kmet. I mean, Rashad Penny. He's got a squad. This is a playoff team in my eyes. That's a playoff team. That's all I gotta say. This is any position you look at.
If you believe in Lamar Jackson's own comments, he's throwing for 6,000. It's not gonna happen, but I think Lamar Jackson again. I said he was gonna go scorched earth last year. He's got an even bigger chance for it this year. Barkley gonna come back and be him. Najee, if you believe in the Steelers taking a step forward, you gotta believe Najee's gonna be the stiff arm king. Outside of Derrick Henry, this guy is gonna just yards after contact and maul people. Stephon Diggs, it's Stephon. Mike Evans. Shoot, man, there's not a bad
Yeah.
name on the list.
There's not a bad
on
name.
the
He's a
list.
playoff team. I guess the last thing I say is just reported. The experts say, you know how it says like final standing projections?
Yeah.
Haley Hines is number one.
Woo!
She said she don't need no amateur podcast.
Hang on a second. Let's look at it. Oh boy,
So she had the best draft, and then Aaron Halpern, and then Steven Ruiz. And you know what's funny? Hunter Wright, who we said thought probably like won the draft, is last according to the experts.
Really?
Then you, then me. So
I was 11th in the Owl League though too, and I think we all know how we feel about that team.
dumb. So the final projections have her winning it. We're at the bottom of the barrel here. I feel good though. I feel like I definitely think moves are ahead for this team. It'll be just to really depend on Dak Prescott. Maybe I can go make a big time move and go get a.
I'm looking for 2023, and I want a nice season 4.
Maybe I'll put mine right
Zizzy
there.
podcast.
Look, there's a spot for it right there underneath that plaque.
Yeah,
Alrighty, we've been talking way too much about fantasy. Maybe this was a good idea. Probably wasn't, but here we are. A lot of
hey, gotta have fun with this sometimes, man.
champion. Here we go. Champion season. Calling it out.
Hey, absolutely not. We're going back to back. Like the cover of Lethal Weapon. Let's get it, baby. If you're talking sports, just a matchup. Mickey here with Zizzy. Yeah, we cutting it up. Just a couple athletic enthusiasts. You know what it is. The Mickey Zizzy podcast. Have a great night, everybody. Peace. I'm going to go inside. Get out the garage. Let's get it.